Tom, great to have you here.
Thank you.
Welcome to Sydney, Australia.
Wonderful.
Thank you for taking the trouble with injury to come over and see us.
Absolutely.
One of the things that you talked about in your presentation this morning was ads.txt. Some of our community know about it, but some don't. It'd be great to hear a bit more about what it is and how it works.
Yeah, ads.txt is a simple text file that publishers put in their home directory. It basically says who's allowed to sell their inventory. One of the problems we've seen in the ecosystem is inventory that's represented as the Australian or as the Sydney Morning Herald or something like that that isn't actually from that website. And one of the ways you can detect that is by looking in ads.txt and seeing if the source you're getting an inventory from is actually an official source for that inventory. So ads.txt, very simple solution to this problem. It doesn't solve the whole problem, but it's a very good first step. We've seen dramatic adoption in the United States. We've even seen very good adoption here in Australia.
Now, another key theme for you today was talking about transparency.
Yes.
And how that dollar moves across the digital value chain.
Yeah.
What's your kind of challenge or your plea to clients when it comes to transparency? What do they need to do?
Well, I think it's important to understand, who they're working with and where the dollars are going, right? So, there are certainly instances of inefficiencies in the supply chain that we'd like to be able to see and root out. There are even instances of bad actors in the supply chain that maybe we don't know about. And so by shining a bright light on where the money's going, by effectively following the money, you can do a much better job of, number one, just being more efficient, but also making sure that you're being completely honest and transparent throughout the supply chain. So, it's a young industry. There's a lot of complexity. There's a lot of chaos that's going on. And the more that we can understand exactly what's going on, the more we can be clear with each other how these transactions are happening, I think the more efficient and effective it's going to be.
So the key thing here is ask questions.
Yes.
Make sure you've got
Absolutely.
the clarity.
Make sure you understand, yes, exactly what's going on with those vendors.
And actually, it's probably worth me pointing as well, one of the things that we announced this morning was a ad tech purchase guidelines to actually know and give you the questions you should be asking of ad tech vendors.
And at AppNexus, we've announced partnerships with a couple of folks like Adobe, for example, to make sure we've got fee transparency across both of our ecosystems.
Right.
We've also announced a partnership with AminoPay, which is a way of making the payment part, a little bit more transparent. And we'll be announcing partnerships with others as well.
Well, thank you as well as being a role model company here, leading the way in terms of driving more transparency. We certainly, as an industry body, think it's key to driving trust.
Great.
The third and the final topic was the importance of working with partners.
Yes.
So, which partners and to do what?
Well, as you said, you want to be able to ask questions, right? You want to be able to understand who you're working with and make sure that your partners are looking out for your best interests, right? Are they technology partners? Are they competing with you or not? And frankly, are they telling you what they're doing with your dollars? If you're a buyer, do you know how much of your dollar is making it all the way through to the content creator? And if not, why not? And what is it that vendor is, why are they not telling you that? And is that in your best interest? So that's really the question you need to ask. Are you working with partners that are being clear about how they're providing you value, how they're charging you for that value, and how they're working with you to grow the entire ecosystem?
And is the point here, are you talking to marketers, to agencies, or publishers, or
all of the above? Yeah, absolutely, right? I think for the publisher, you want to be able to ask how much, I appreciate that you're writing me this check, but how much of that, how much of that actually came from the marketer, and how much did you take out of the middle, right? And that's an important question to understand. Like, am I getting a good deal from this check, or should I be looking for maybe more efficient mechanisms for doing that?
Right. And I guess, therefore, over the years, you've seen a shift as a company where it's less about companies like AppNexus being a vendor, but you being a partner as part of this ecosystem.
Absolutely, yeah. We think of ourselves as a strategic partner, as a strategic technology partner for both, the publisher side and the marketer side, to help grow this entire ecosystem, right? So we're committed here to the Australian market in particular. We have some very big customers here in Australia, WPP and Nine, and so we're very, very excited about the opportunity here and helping to be a strategic partner to grow this entire ecosystem. And we think transparency is going to really help take us to that sort of next level of maturity.
No, we're with you with that. Transparency, common language helps build trust. Tom, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Cheers.